Welcome to Situational Awareness for Animal Search and Rescue. This video will help you gain a better functional understanding of situational awareness, a safety technique that was developed for the military and emergency services personnel, but has since been modified for many other circumstances. I'm talking about everything from general workplace safety, such as a construction zone, to personal safety, like walking through a dark alley at night. For animal search and rescue teams, we'll focus on the types of awareness that will keep us safer in carrying out our mission. So, situational awareness, or SA, is pretty much what it sounds like, being aware of what's going on around you. But it is so much more. People have gotten their PhDs studying SA, so you can bet that there's a little more to it than meets the eye. So let's dive in. Here's the U.S. Fire Administration and FEMA's definition. Situational awareness is a mental state of alertness that involves perceiving, processing, and predicting an event to prevent an unexpected incident from happening. Okay, so first, we're defining SA as a mental state, meaning that it's like a background program that just keeps on running and scanning almost automatically in a proficient person. Second, we must actively process what information we are perceiving with all of our senses. We humans are primarily visual in our sensory capacity, but make sure that you incorporate what your ears, nose, and your skin can tell you as well. What's that buzzing, crackling sound? A downed power line? What's that smell? A gas leak? Maybe smoldering hazardous materials? Is it just me, or does it feel like it's getting hotter around here? And let's not forget to include our gut feelings when our spidey senses start to tingle. Don't ignore that. Lastly, what do we do with all this information? Well, you now have some informed choices to make. We can keep doing what we're doing until a new observation changes that plan, or we can adjust our plan to accommodate hazards we just perceived. Or we can say, oh, hell no, and be ready to say that. Tunnel vision and the subsequent tunnel action is the antithesis of situational awareness. It will get you, your teammates, or animals hurt or worse. So how do we learn to do all this under stress? We all know what happens when a little adrenaline starts flowing. Your brain and your body will revert to crisis mode, and this is not conducive to the focused logical processing required by SA. But rather than a weakness of SA, this is precisely its strength. You can train your brain and body to operate with SA because you are in control of your own programming, right? Remember, SA is a mental state that you develop over time. Cops, firefighters, and soldiers do it all the time. So can you. So stick with me here. Okay, so here's the basic algorithm. Observe, evaluate, predict, adjust if necessary. Lather, rinse, repeat. Already sound familiar? Good. Let's try an example. So I love this slide for so many reasons. It just feels like reality. The blurriness simulates your brain on adrenaline and the speed of the action. So spoiler alert here, this situation is an immediate hell no, right? But what can you do about it? If you can't stop this crowd from proceeding in this manner with your calm and professional approach, your only choice is to disengage. Offer your services, but if they won't let you run this show calmly the way you have been trained, politely move on to your next mission. For the sake of discussion, though, I'm sure that you immediately observed and evaluated plenty of issues here. My personal favorite? The guy in the white t-shirt standing in the trailer. It isn't too difficult to predict the potential outcomes here. So without major adjustments we just spoke about, take a pass on this one. How about this situation? Let's pretend that a team member who would not be wearing shorts, of course, is trying to load the horse, and that horse is having none of it. Do you think we can observe, evaluate, predict, and adjust our way to success? Maybe. The first thing I see is the horse is not in a state of mind to cooperate, period. I see only one side of the trailer has the door open, so this gal is asking Buster to kind of thread a needle. The first adjustment I'd make is to stop trying for a bit and let Buster cool his jets. What is happening is not working, so stop. If time is on your side, you can give this horse a mental break just by walking him around a bit before you try again. Is there a calmer companion to load first? Perhaps quickly constructing a chute with extra panels is an option. It might work to run a long lead line through the front manger window and have one person apply easy pressure from behind and a little tension from the teammate holding the lead. Slow and calm. Maybe it works, maybe not. If you have worked the problem to the best of your team's skills in a given amount of time, and Buster is still doing the hi-ho silver thing, you must consider moving on to your next mission. If there is no way to load the horse safely, it is your responsibility to not get yourselves or the animal hurt. So if you can't load him, how can you improve his situation? I see the pasture has electric tape to contain the animals, and this is not ideal in a power outage, but it can provide at least a psychological barrier. The pasture the horse is standing in is short grass and dirt. Pretty ideal to ride out a fire if it comes to that. Is there a sand arena around, a corral nearby? Leave him water if you can. Carefully document your efforts and move on. Lather, rinse, repeat. Well, let's just end by saying that situational awareness is not developed overnight, but practice makes perfect. So do the drill in ordinary events in your life. Walking through a dark parking lot? Don't be nervous, be alert. What can you do to improve your situation? Working with a power saw on a ladder? Don't be complacent, be alert. What can you do to prevent an accident? As an added benefit, you will soon learn a great truth about many accidents. The term accident is sometimes a misnomer. It's a very polite way of saying, man, you should have seen that coming. Before you know it, that mental state of alertness will be faithfully running on autopilot in the background of your frontal lobe, helping you observe, evaluate, predict, and adjust to your ever-changing environment. Thank you so much for taking the time to see this video, and I will see you out there.